That's my best friend.
Hello and welcome back to another video. As the title has revealed, we will be looking at the downfall of FouseyTube. Disclaimer, this video will touch upon mental illness, so if you're sensitive to this topic, then this video might not be the one for you. And I also want to say I'm in no way making light of Yusuf's mental health. To be able to dissect how FouseyTube's channel seemed to spiral downwards as well as his online personality, we must look back at how Fousey started. So, FouseyTube was created in 2011, which was literally 8 years ago. That makes me feel hella old. His channel started off with Yusuf making skits and playing into the Middle Eastern stereotypes. I feel like for new people on YouTube, skits will seem really strange, but back then that was what YouTube was made of. Personally for me, I've never been into skits and like comedy like that, mostly because I kind of find them cringe, but we all have our own preferences.
Mama, enough is enough. You have to know something. I'm gay. You're what? You're gay? You're gay? Oh! Yes, I'll show you gay.
Like many, I know Yusuf for his pranks, because that's what propelled him to stardom on YouTube. The channel currently stands at 10 million subscribers, and I would argue he was in his prime, views-wise, 3 to 5 years ago, collecting tens of millions of views. Guy must have been making bank. Pranks in general were killing it years ago, with channels like Prank vs Prank and Vitali. YouTube back then was kind of naive because we all know now that 90% of pranks are fake. But back then, people seemed to believe they were real or they just wanted to be entertained, which is fair enough. And FouseyTube's pranks were decent. It made me click on the video and millions of others. He seemed like this happy-go-lucky guy who was just trying to make comical videos. His downward spiral began when he was caught out for faking pranks and social experiments for views. People lost trust in him and felt like his whole online persona was fake. I am genuinely gobsmacked that people actually thought that his videos were real. In what world would these participants in these scare pranks not know the ins and outs of every single prank? And if you're pranked so many times, wouldn't you just play along to get a good video? The videos have gained millions of views and hundreds of thousands of likes, showing that people were still falling for his videos. Arguably, his downward spiral was due to his mental health. He has revealed countless of times to his audience that he's struggling. He even made a video which sounded like a suicide note. This video has since been deleted, and this alarmed many of his fans, since we'd seen Yusuf crying and talking about his struggles before, but this video felt way too real. Since those types of videos, he has taken big breaks and sometimes not uploading for months. Here is a quote from Yusuf. "I don't have social media anymore. I don't upload videos myself anymore. You want to know why? Because whenever my brain saw a negative comment, it triggered my thoughts of suicide immediately. Because that's an issue that I have. Especially now being off of medications and being able to feel so freely for the first time in my life. The second I saw anything negative, even if I read 100,000 positive things, my brain got triggered." He then said he was going to leave YouTube and decided to hand his channel over to other creators who needed a bigger platform, and those videos have also been deleted. But I do remember watching one of these videos and not feeling inspired at all. The people in these videos felt forced upon Fousey's audience because people were subbed for pranks and not for some random people who haven't worked for those millions of subscribers. Then there was his beef with fellow prankster Vitali, which I haven't got the attention span to go into because that drama seemed hella petty and many argued it was fake, which was pretty similar to his rice gum beef in an attempt to revive his career. Many people fell for the bait, and I'm sure it gave him some exposure, but in the long run it made no difference. Seemed like the guy was doing anything to stay relevant, even though he said the views and the fame don't make him happy. It just seems like the fame may have been like a drug for him and he just got addicted.
It's fake. Let's watch it. Let's look at fake. Let's watch it right now. Why would you do that? I didn't, bro.
Hey! Boy, if you don't get... I pitched the idea. I was like, bruh, what if we do a punch? Hey! Right? And then we post it on Twitter, get everybody to believe it. And the next day, we'd be like, ha, gotcha. It started off, it was supposed to be just a prank. At that time, the Scarce, the Keemstars, I was the Jake Paul of that time in terms of that's what they're gonna target. So I'm getting shot at every day. So I had so much resentment and anger inside me that when they did report it, it was my ego taking control.
Can't control myself.
His demise comes from the fact that pranking videos is not a sustainable content type. People will soon realize that they're fake and move on. Not gonna lie, you can't really go wrong with funny pranks because it can brighten up your day. But Yusuf overdid it and his content just became stale. Every video became a variation of another. As a viewer myself, you soon kind of just grow out of pranks, which is seen in channels like Roman Atwood and Prank vs Prank, who no longer post pranks. They all seem to burn out, and this could be because the videos were affecting their personal lives too much, or maybe it was just too much work coming up with new ideas and trying to not get fake reactions. That wasn't shade, by the way. The one thing that reaffirmed that Fousey was downward spiraling was FouseyCon. You'd think after TannerCon, YouTubers would stop throwing conventions, but instead of Tanner lying about 15,000 people showing up,
15,000 people, 15,000 people, 15,000 people.
Fousey lied about Drake being there alongside other famous singers. It still baffles me that people actually believe Drake would be there. Drake never mentioned it on his social media or any other platforms, but yet people travelled all the way there. I guess, yeah, FouseyTube promised it, but do we really believe YouTubers at this point? Here are a few clips from FouseyCon.
I invested all my money into this event, and I did it for free. My accountant said, Yusuf, where are you gonna make your money? I said, that's not a problem to me.
That is not my problem.
But before I even got to do the event, before I even got to tell my story, you're making a documentary on it so you can post it after the fact. So if it flops, you can have the hot news on how Fousey stuff we should kill himself.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I'm crying right now because I'm in fear.
FouseyTube's failed convention was perfect material for commentary channels, but the guy seemed like he was having a manic episode. Him folding up his vest and crying just looked tragic and alarming. The event, to nobody's surprise, went tragically wrong, with Keemstar standing in the crowd with his "I told you so" face. Having him stand on top of the car and address everybody made him look like a spectacle. And I'm just like, where is Yusuf's team in all of this? Why did nobody say that this event wasn't going to do well? He planned it all in 7 days. You can't make a good convention in that short of a time. Him making all of these promises was unattainable, and it just seems like he's kind of surrounded himself with the wrong people, and with his battle with mental health, this whole thing was a recipe for disaster. He then went on to the No Jumper podcast where he crashed Shane Dawson's interview, and it became very awkward to watch. It felt like he was forcing himself into the interview, and Shane was just sat there symbolising how we all felt through the whole exchange.
I just want to watch.
Shane.
Like, hey, that's how you want.
The respect. I'm trying to train myself now to be the person who I've always wanted to be. OT Genesis was backstage, Mana was backstage, Dipset was arriving soon, Wi-Fi's funeral was
Styles
arriving
P.
soon.
I met Styles P from the Locks for the first time there. Very exciting.
Right?
I know for a lot of people it is quite hard to sympathise with FouseyTube because he has clickbaited and made tons of videos on his mental illness, and some people don't know whether he's being manipulative to get views or he's genuinely like this. His last few videos were with Jake Paul, and that doesn't say much for his content. He is currently losing subscribers on both channels, but this could be down to the fact that he has been taking big breaks. However, numbers aren't everything. If he has a core audience that love his content, then good for him. And I don't think it's sustainable to have tens of millions of views per video. However, he has recently come back to his vlog channel, Dose of Fousey, and he's already released 10 videos, and he seems to be doing better, but yet again, we do not know what actually goes on behind the camera, and I'm not going to diagnose this guy. On his Instagram, he has spoken about the manic episodes that he has gone through in the summer and how he was hopeful that he will get better, and to that, I hope so too. But Yusuf's breakdown opens up a bigger discussion on YouTube. We have seen many YouTubers come up with videos about how they've had a breakdown and they need to take a break. So this begs the question, is YouTube toxic and can it ruin your mental health? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I know for the everyday person, seeing all these YouTubers cry about how hard life is for them can come off ungrateful, because we can see these creators making millions and not have to struggle for money. But that doesn't mean they aren't struggling mentally, and we have no idea what goes on in their personal lives. And we shouldn't need YouTubers to put it all out there because it's their private life. I think it's great that people are opening up about mental health. This is a discussion that should have been had years ago. As the audience, we need to be careful not to diagnose people from a couple of videos. No therapist would diagnose a person through videos, so we shouldn't either. Overall, FouseyTube's downfall comes back to how social media can become toxic for some people, and he just couldn't deal with the hate comments. He has since come back, so I'm not sure if coming back will necessarily help, But if this is his healing process, I can't judge. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to put my Twitter and Instagram up here. And yeah, have a great day.
And you know, we both believed in it. And Hate Dies, Love Arrives did not flop.
Okay.